Welcome back to my sewing room. Today is all about the corner star block for the PRIM quilt. The stars go in each corner of the pieced border. Now you'll need 4 stars. I already have mine sewn, and this is what the other 3 look like. The one I'm making today is with PRIM fabric and my shirting's bee background. I've got 4 3 by 5.5 inch rectangles, 4 3-inch squares, 4 1 3/4 inch by 3 inch rectangles, 4 1 3/4 inch squares. Now, of course, all of this cutting is in the sew along guide, including the 3-inch square for the center of the star and the 8 1 3/4 inch squares for the points in the smaller star, and finally the 8 3-inch squares for the outer star points. All that info is inside here within each individual fabric cutting. Okay, let's start by making the flying geese units for the inner star points. I'm using the C background and the F star points. Now these are from my Sew Handy sticker package. You can sew over them or just remove them before you start to sew. You're going to sew from corner to corner and follow the center line of the Seam Sew Easy guide. Make sure that you're sewing in the right direction so that it forms that star point correctly. Now I'm just going to go ahead and chain piece all 4 of these at the same time. So I've got 3 of them sewn and pressed, and then this last one I'm going to go ahead and trim up and press it so that you can see how I do it. And I just trim an approximate 1/4 inch seam allowance, and for these blocks I press towards the easy corner triangle or the star point. Now to add the points onto the other side. After I lay my square down on the other side, I always like to flip my fabric just to check and make sure which direction I want to sew from corner to corner so that I can form a flying geese correctly. Sometimes at the end of my chain piecing segment, I'll just grab a piece of scrap fabric and put it under my machine to save on time and thread. Other times, I do a segment from a bonus quilt that I'm making. And I tell all about that in my Sew Your Stash series that I'm doing here on my channel. So if you follow my channel here, you know all about that. Okay, we're going to lay the inner star out on this small design board, and we're laying the star points around the center piece, which is G, and it's cut 3 by 3. The corners are D 1 3/4 inch squares. Okay, I'm going to sew these 3 rows and then sew the 3 rows together to form the star. And through the magic of editing, the inner star is all complete. Right now it measures 5.5 inches square. And this is how I've done the pressing. Now I wanted to show you one thing that helps me to get my blocks nice and flat, and that's to use this clapper by Riley Blake Designs. And what I do is after I press, I'll lay the clapper on there, and the wood absorbs the heat, and so it cools off very quickly and your blocks are flatter. Now you've probably seen these before because they've been around for a while, but I just wanted to show you how I use them. Okay, so now we're just going to do the outer star points that go around the inner star. I'm going to be using the A rectangles that are 3 inches by 5.5 inches, and the 8 3-inch squares for the points, and they are labeled E. Okay, now wasn't that fun and fast? I wish I could sew that fast in real life, right? Now we're just going to lay out this larger star just like we did the smaller star. And the smaller star becomes the center square in the larger star. The outside corners are the background that is labeled B, and they're 3-inch squares. Now again, I'm just going to sew this block together in 3 rows and then sew those 3 rows together. I love this block, and I'm going to be making several more so that I can make a table topper. Okay, so I'll be back next week when we'll make the Prim Steps block for the Prim Sew Along. Thanks for watching.